The Super Mario Bros. Movie just came out, and me being an avid gamer, I thought I would give my quick little 2 cents about this movie because everyone's been talking about this movie. It's been hyped to hell and back, and boy, let me tell you, it kind of came through. Honestly, I was quite surprised with how good it was, mainly just because the trailers were honestly just the worst lines. And honestly, the trailer lines, they weren't even in the movie. Like some of the Chris Pratt lines that just didn't sound good in the trailer actually wasn't even in the movie. It was kind of confusing. I was expecting, the iconic lines that you see in the trailer that just weren't good in the movie, and they weren't. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with how good this movie came out to be. Apparently, there's a lot of controversy and discourse when it comes to the reviews. A lot of movie reviewers are saying it's just not good. I think it's like a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm kind of confused on that. I don't really understand why this movie of all movies is getting hated so much, because people who've been fans of Mario for a really long time, there's nothing they can really complain about. They honestly nailed every little aspect that a Mario super fan would love. And not only did they fit the bill for people who've loved Mario since they were younger and now they're adults, they fit the bill for new people, for children who like Mario now. Like, for example, my son, he loves Mario. He plays Mario games all the freaking time. And going to this movie, he loved every second of it. It's a perfect family movie. Now, I'm not going to say this movie's incredible or amazing, but it's definitely good. Like, the animation alone in this movie, they did not pull any punches when it came to the animation. It was delicious. And I have not been to a movie theater in such a long time, so watching it in theaters was really fun. But the narrative itself in this movie is really basic. I like how it kind of starts out with the backstory of Mario and Luigi, and then they get thrust into the Mushroom Kingdom, and, conflict arises. And I feel like everyone did a good job in this movie. Honestly, I would say Jack Black did the best, mainly just because I'm, a big fan of Jack Black and how they portrayed Bowser, being in love with Peach rather than just being that super mean, hard, evil guy. Part with him playing the piano and the Peaches song, which, by the way, you should actually go check out the Jack Black Peaches little music video they did on YouTube, which is hilarious. Seth Rogen did an amazing job with Donkey Kong. I was kind of worried that they were just going to Seth Rogen the character. And by that, I mean the character is just Seth Rogen. Like, he laughs a lot and ends up talking about weed or something like that. But no, it actually was just Donkey Kong, and occasionally he did his laugh, and he did a really good job with it. The action sequences in this movie were so entertaining to watch, like doing all the little call-outs to the platforming and the mystery boxes that they hit and the power-ups and how those work and stuff. It was so fun. I really like how Princess Peach was actually kind of badass in this movie. She really is. They didn't make her the damsel in distress. She actually had to teach Mario how to do all the platforming stuff, how power-ups worked and all that different nonsense. But one thing I really was upset about is Luigi, because Charlie Day did such a good job as Luigi, and boy, they kind of did him dirty in this movie. Now, this could just be me, and obviously this is like the beginning to Nintendo making different movies, and there might be, there's probably gonna be like a sequel and other stuff like that. Maybe Luigi will have his time to shine. But the fact that they made Luigi the damsel in distress was kind of just pointless and stupid. In the moment where he gets sent to the outer lands, or I forget what it's called, they do a little reference to Luigi's Mansion. I was thinking they would actually have him do the whole Luigi's Mansion bit where he uses his flashlight and maybe he finds like a vacuum and the ghosts and stuff like that. But they teased it and then just took it away, being like, yeah, sorry, Luigi's just gonna be in a cage the entire movie. I was really upset with that. Honestly, I feel like that's my only big complaint in this movie. The references in this movie were great. Like the Donkey Kong Mario fight. They did the whole him throwing the barrels, like the classic game. Mario Kart and Rainbow Road situation was honestly really fun to watch. visually awesome. It had water level references, all the different power-up references. It was great. I'll admit there's some parts of the movie that kind of dragged on a little bit, and it kind of took me out of it for a little bit. The movie is kind of forgettable. Like, I don't really feel like I'm wanting to rewatch it. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just reference the movie, which, I mean, that's kind of what you expect to get when it's Mario the movie. All it really is just reference after reference, and you kind of pointing your finger the whole time, being like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, that's a reference to this, which again isn't a bad thing. It's just not something I would, continually rewatch or anything. But my verdict, if I were to give this movie a rating, would probably be around 7 out of 10. Maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I feel like it would be higher if they didn't do Luigi dirty, because I'm just a Luigi fan. That's just, I don't really care about Mario. I'm more about Luigi. I just wish they gave him a little bit more screen time, a little bit more stuff to do. I do think one thing that's kind of funny about this movie, some people might complain about it, but how Mario just like instantly adapts to Mushroom Kingdom. He's used to living in Brooklyn, and then he goes through the pipe, and now he's in a magic land with a bunch of mushrooms and a talking mushroom, and he's like, oh, okay, let's go talk to the princess. And also, like, when Toad takes him to the princess and everyone, like all the guards are about to stab him and stuff, or even getting close to the princess is like, hey, yeah, you're going to go on a journey with me. Cool? Yeah, and I know we just met. You're human. So, yeah, let's go on a journey. I don't know who you are. Let's go. Well, whatever. I also love the beginning of the movie. There's this one part where they kind of show Mario and Luigi. Like, there's like a side-scrolling portion where they're running through New York and stuff like that, and jumping over fences and stuff. And it looks like what Mario looks like, and I thought that was pretty cool. And the whole like backstory of Mario and Luigi is fun to watch. The ending is kind of hilarious, and just how people react just doesn't make sense, but it's just fun. And I feel like that's what Mario should be, is just fun. Like, it's just crazy, wild, and stupid. Honestly, half the time doesn't make sense, but it works out, and it turns out to be a really fun ride. Oh yeah, Toad. I forgot to mention Toad. He's a little bit annoying in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. Some parts are funny with him in it, but some of the times it's just kind of like, all right, we get it. But if you guys like Mario, hell, even if you don't like Mario, I would highly recommend watching this movie. It's a great movie. I wouldn't listen to all the shitty reviewers saying it's bad or whatever the hell they're saying to give it that low of a score. I definitely think with all the hype behind this movie, being a Mario movie, they delivered. They delivered great, and I don't think this movie's bad at all. But yeah, I just want to talk about this movie a little bit. Obviously, it's not my regular 20 to 30 minute type video, but I watched it and I thought, hey, let's talk about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Have a nice day.